So goats have accents. Who knew? I didn't. Most of the time when you think of accents, you probably think of people, maybe someone from London or Texas or Paris. But accents aren't just human things. Goats have them too. They pick them up in much the same way that we do, by listening to other goats and spending time with them. And it's totally adorable. In the animal world, scientists use a fancy term for this called vocal contagion. It means that young goats adopt the sounds of the group they hang out with. Kind of like if you spend a lot of time with a friend who's from the South, you might start saying y'all a lot too. Except goats don't say y'all. They say bleat. And bleating is how goats talk to each other. Does anyone know why goats have to bleat? Well, bleating could be about anything. They might do it when they're happy or when they're scared. They might bleat to say, "Hey, I'm here," or "Hey, pay attention to me." And they might even do it to say, "Hey, give me some food." Basically, bleating is a goat's way of communicating. But how do goats communicate without, words? Well, the way they communicate is by making lots of different sounds. Goats can make at least 13 different sounds, like bleating, clucking, hissing, and even screaming. All those sounds might seem the same to us, but to a goat, they mean very different things. And scientists think that goats can even change the sounds they make based on who they're talking to. For example, a mother goat might sound very different when she is talking to her kid compared to when she is talking to another goat. That S, kind of like how you might sound, very different when you re-talking to your mom compared to when you re-talking to your friends. Scientists are still learning a lot about goats and their accents, but it's already clear that goats are a lot more like us than we thought. They're super social, and they care what other goats think of them, so they adapt their sounds based on who they're around. Just like humans, goats don't all sound the same, even if they started out the same. And you might be able to tell a goat's accent just by listening to it. Yeah. Scientists think that goats raised in different groups sound different from each other. A goat that grows up on a farm might sound different from one that grows up in the wild. And a goat that spends a lot of time with other goats might sound different from one that S on its own more often. And there could be all kinds of reasons for that. Maybe goats that live on farms hear different sounds from the cars and machines around them. Or maybe wild goats have to yell to be heard over the wind and the trees. Whatever the reason, scientists can tell just by listening to a goat's bleats where it grew up. So remember, goats aren't just those funny animals that eat grass and headbutt each other. They're smart, social, chatty animals with a little bit of personality in their voice.